तुझ पे कोई गम की आँच आने नहीं दूँ, तुझ पे कोई गम की आँच आने नहीं दूँ, कुर्बान मेरी जान तुझ पे शाद रहे तू।
Morning to one and all, respective principal, teachers, and my students. Today, virtually, we all gathered over here to celebrate the Independence Day. Today, let us take some time to value our nation and never forget to sacrifice from those who gave us freedom. So, before starting with the program, I wish all the members presented over here a very happy Independence Day. Now, this program will be hosted by our students, Bhupa and Shalmali. Over to you, students.
Good morning to our honorable chief guest, respected principal, teaching staff, and all my dear friends. Look and observe how different this morning is. Any guesses why this is so?
You will yourself discover the color of the occasion of this special day. Today is our Independence Day. And we could like to wish you all happy Independence Day.
On behalf of our principal, teaching staff, and students, we welcome you all to our 15 August Independence Day celebration.
Next, I could like to call our respected principal ma'am on this principal ma'am to present a brief agenda for this special moment.
Good morning to my lovely children, wishing you a warm, happy Independence Day. On this day, we remember not just freedom fighter, but also the success and achievements which had Indian has done after independence. So today we have to learn that it's not just for Indian Army or Navy or Indian Air Force, but to be citizen of Indian, for us also nation should be first. Now we will see flag hosting which was held today in our school.
I request everyone to kindly stand for our national anthem. Stand.
Ms. Pooja Jadhav to come forward and hoist our national flag.
एक साथ झंडे को सलामी देगा, सलामी दे। Now we need to think that we should work harder together towards the progress of our motherland to keep up her name and fame in the world. We will let our triple color fly high ever in the sky to tell the world that we are the greatest on this earth.
Now let's see that we got freedom and achievement as well as after freedom. But who are those people? Why they wanted to rule over us?
Yes, who were those people who fought for the nation to give us the freedom? Think about it and take a look at the role play presented by Standard 5th to Standard 9th students.
Hi, I am Mughal Emperor. We the Mughals ruled over the different parts of India from 1526 and by 1700 we ruled over the most of subcontinent. After that, our rule declined rapidly but nominally ruled territories till 1850s. Our dynasty means Mughal dynasty was founded by Babur. He came from Uzbekistan. Many Mughal kings had ruled over the India like Akbar, Shah Jahan, Jahangir, etc. But during the reign of Muhammad Shah, our empire began to break up and our last Mughal king, Bahadur Shah Zafar, was disposed by British, who was then assumed formal control of the large part of the former empire, and this marked the beginning of the British rule.
Hello everyone, I am British officer. I had ruled in Indian subcontinent from 1858 till the Indian independence in 1947. We came here for trade and established our own company called East India Company. The first thing I saw was the favorable conditions and the cheap labor force which can help us in produce our goods and fasten our industry. And another thing I saw was the agricultural production and production of raw material like cotton, jute. We applied the divide and rule policy over here and made India more dependent on us. But suddenly many Indians stood against us and started the freedom struggle.
Hello everyone, I am going to tell you about the freedom struggle of India. As you all know that British ruled over us for a long time, but India's freedom movement against the British witness and overwhelming participation of people throughout the country. From Kashmir to Kanyakumari, Assam to Gujarat, thousands of men and women vowed together against the atrocities of the British Raj, where many selflessly gave their lives to protect the dignity of their motherland. Others got injured and embraced imprisonment. Let us know about few brave freedom fighters from various parts of colonial India who gave up their to achieve freedom for their loved motherland. Are they?
Namaste. I am Mangal Pandey, a sepoy of the 34th Infantry Bengal Native Infantry Regiment of the East India Company. I have refused to use cartridges that are smeared with animal grease, as my Sanatan Dharma disallows it. I have also killed Major Hussain. I have been captured by the British and I will be hung till death. But I am not afraid, because my death will ignite the rebellion that will spread across India. This revolt of 1857 will be the first war of Indian independence. The gun is a very unfaithful lover. It can change its direction anytime. There is no trust. My message to the British: Sahib, till now you have seen our loyalty, but now you will witness our anger. My last message to all the countrymen is: this is the fight for freedom, the freedom from yesterday, for a tomorrow, for a better tomorrow. Jai Hind.
My name is Anandibai Joshi and I am India's first female doctor. I am also the first Indian woman to graduate with a 2-year degree in Western medicine in United States. At the age of 9, I was married to a widower who was 20 years older than me. My husband, Gopal Rao Joshi, a postal clerk, taught me to read and write. At the age of 14, I gave birth to a son who died soon due to lack of medical facilities. The death of my newborn inspired me to become a physician. I eventually studied at the Women's Medical College of Pennsylvania in USA, which is the first women's medical program worldwide. After I was awarded my degree in medicine, the college dean wrote of my achievement to Queen Victoria, who was also the empress.
My name is Bhagat Singh. I was born on 27 September 1909 in Punjab. My family was deeply involved in political activities. My father was a freedom fighter and inspired me to become a freedom fighter. When I was 12 years old, I came to know about the open fire in Jallianwala Bagh. Thousands of people were killed in the open fire of Jallianwala Bagh. I thought that it is very much difficult to face the British government with the help of non-violence. So in 1926, I found the Naujawan Bharat Sabha for the Youth Society of India. And then I joined Hindustan Socialist Republic Association. In 1928, Lala Lajpat Rai was killed in a lathi charge by policeman John Peterson. Me and Rajguru took the revenge. On 23rd March 1931, me, Rajguru and Sukhdev were hanged in Lahore jail.
My name is Begum Hazrat Mahal. I am the second wife of Nawab Wajid Ali Shah. Some time ago, British East India Company annexed our state. They forced Nawab into submission. Nawab complied despite my protest and exiled to Calcutta. Then, I decided to regain control over Awadh. I appealed to rural folks of Awadh, and with their support, I was able to bring in the victory. Once again, I conquered Lucknow.
I am a common people of harassed by British has we seen that the British East India came as a threat and became the rulers and politicians system of our country. You know that our judiciary was based on British officers were hated, and also we Indian were debarred from the important high post of our own country. The notorious signboard "Dog and Indian are not allowed" were a common in British place of activity in India.
Namaste, I am Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. I was the first Prime Minister of India after the independence. We had achieved independence on 15th August 1947. During that time, India was in a bad condition. We had collapsed our economy. We were socially backward and also many things were there. When British rule came to an end in 1947, the subcontinent partitioned along the religious lines into two separate countries. One was India with the majority of Hindus and second was Pakistan with the majority of Muslims. The partition led to population transfer of more than 10 million people between India and Pakistan and caused death of about 1 million people. India is a nuclear weapon state, having conducted its first nuclear test in 1974 and followed by 5 another tests in 1988. Sometimes India has been referred as a great superpower. In 2013, India launched its first interplanetary mission, the Mars Orbiter, popularly known as Mangalyaan, and was successful. So, on 24th September 2014, ISRO became the fourth space agency to reach Mars after the Soviet space program, NASA, and European Space Agency. ISRO also became the first space agency and India the first country to reach Mars in its maiden attempt.
Next program will be hosted by the student Dakshit from Standard 9, Nirmiti from Standard 8.
Now I would like to call our students to speak few words on this beautiful occasion of Independence Day.
My name is Bhumi Ganesh Gauli. My topic name is Status of Women. If we trace the page of history, now here men and women were treated alike and assigned the same status. Women have been always fighting for their rights and position in society. They have several times asked for equality so that they can lead a life exactly on par with men. If talking about the women's status in independence India, then it has been surely improved. The sculptural and cultural change in India have brought into many opportunities for women in the field of education, employment, and politics. Such changes immediately lead to a reduction in the exploitation of women as they have been granted equal status as men. The improvement in the status of women can be analyzed in the light of major changes that have been taken place since independence in the area of economic sector, social and cultural life, and so on. Constitution of India granted equal states to all citizens of India, including women. Article 14 and does not distinguish or discriminate between a man or a woman. Moreover, Article 15 empowers the government to make culture, economic, and political activities. The number of working women has always settled increased. Women have been recruited in all positions such as teachers, doctors, nurse, advocate, police officers, bank employees in all major cities of India. Since 1991, women have been recruited into three wings of armed force that are military, air force, and naval force. The Indian Constitution attempt to provide equal opportunity to women.
Ms. Nupur, I am in 8th standard. My topic name is education. Over the course of 7 decades after independence, the education system of India has evolved gradually yet phenomenally. From a literacy rate of 18% in 1951, we have moved up to 73% as of 2011. Currently, the education system in more is India is the strongest and largest in the world, hosting more than 315 million students. The modern education system was introduced to India in 1830 during the British rule by Lord Thomas Babington, who brought English language syllabus to the country. The syllabus was then limited to common subjects like language, science and maths. Classroom teaching became prominent and the relation between the teacher and student evolved. Post-India gained its independence from the British colonial rule. The Indian education system, previously accessible only to the elite, became available for the entire society. The government Central Advisory Board established two committees, one for higher education and one for secondary education, to address the challenges of education, formulate comprehensive education policies and improve the overall education landscape of the country. Currently, Indian school system consists of 4 levels: pre-primary, primary, secondary and higher secondary. As of 2019, India has the most number of students in a country. Compared to the tragic situation of 1947, when the country had merely 400 schools, 19 universities with a little over 5,000 students, we have come a long way. Currently, India boasts of 1.5 million plus schools, 751 universities and 35,000 plus colleges. To modernize the knowledge delivery ways according to the needs of the 21st century generation, schools and universities are adopting various unique practices. These methodologies and innovative pedagogies enable educational institutions to develop the skills of the learners in such manner that they are able to become self-dependent and ambitious achievers. Some of these new age methods are experiential learning, peer learning, role play, etc. Besides general education, technical education play important role in human capital formation. The government has established several industrial training institutes, polytechnics, engineering colleges and medical and dental colleges, management institution, etc. In conclusion, the education landscape of India has evolved considerably since we achieved our independence. The intervention of technology has made it easier and much more insightful than it ever was. The benefits of imparting relevant education have been understood by the governments which have done their bit to boost the existing system for all sections of the society.
As India completed 70 years of independence, India today celebrating the lore won by the country of global event in the world of sport. India remained the only team to have won 8 gold medals in men's hockey team at the Olympic. The country has won the Cricket World Cup twice. In the history of Indian sport development, India has achieved some milestone. In those moments, we celebrating as a national stood in unity and restore the confidence in us. Here's a look at what India achieved after independence in sport, for athletics to cricket. India won their first Olympic gold post independence in 1948 and the London Olympic in field hockey. India continued with this steady hold in the sport even after independence, adding to 3 gold medals they have won in 1928, 1932 and 1936. Then the Indian national football team created history by winning gold at Asian Games at New Delhi in 1951. Kasturba Jadhav became the India's first individual Olympic medalist after independence when he finished with bronze in wrestling bantamweight at the 1952 Slinking Games. In 1983, Kapil Dev lead Team India stunned the world by winning the World Cup at Lord's. India defeated favourites and two-time defeating champions West Indies by 42 runs in the final to win the mega prize. In 2028, Abhinav Binder created history by bagging gold in men's 10-meter air rifle event at Beijing Games. His gold remained the country's first and only individual gold medal till date. India, two other rising star boxer Vijender Singh and wrestling Sushil Kumar also finished with bronze medal. In 2016, India's top star and medal hopes flirted at the big stage. Sania Nehwal, Yogeshwar Doot, and shooting star all failed to repeat their 2012 feat. However, shooter PV Sindhu and wrestling Sakshi Malik ensured India returned home with couple of medals, while Sindhu ended runner-up in women's badminton single final. Sakshi bagged bronze and became first woman wrestler for India to win an Olympic medal. In a recent Tokyo Olympic, we have seen that Neeraj Chopra won the gold medal and Mirabai Chuna won the second medal, and PV Sindhu won the bronze medal in women's single badminton. She became the first Indian woman and only second Indian athlete after Sushil Kumar to win the two individual Olympic medals. A 23-year-old boxer Lovina Borgohain secured India's second medal at Tokyo, and Anuta Das beat two-time Olympic gold medal OG Hanya and moved.
My name is Swara Rao and I study in Standard 5th. And my topic name is Science and Technology. And I wish all of you a happy Independence Day. India ranked third among the most attractive investment destinations for technology translation in the world. Dr. Harsh Vardhan, Union Minister of Department of Science and Technology, has reiterated that technology is a strong priority area for the government, and it aims to make people science-centric. Modern India has had a strong focus on science and technology, realizing that it is a key element for economic growth. India is among the topmost countries in the world in the field of scientific research, positioned as one of the top 5 nations in the field for space exploration. In country has regularly undertaken space missions, including mission to the moon and the famed Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle (PSLV). India is likely to take a leading role in launching satellites for the SAARC nations, generally driven by offering its space facilities for use to another country. Some of the recent developments in the field of science and technology in India are as follows. In March 2020, the Minister of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise, Nitin Gadkari, inaugurated two technology centric at Visakhapatnam and Bhopal, 3 extension centric of a big technological centers, and 7 mobile Yuddha Express of MSME. In February 2021, about 1 lakh women were trained on digital literacy in India. We thank digital. Thank you. And once more, I wish you all of you a happy Independence Day.
That was very pleasant to listen about our India. Now we need to think that we should work hard together towards the progress of our motherland, to keep up her name and fame in the world. We will let our tricolors stand high ever in the sky, tell the world that we are the greatest on this earth.
I would also like to add one more minute. दुश्मन की गोलियों का हम सामना करेंगे, आजाद है, आजाद ही रहेंगे.
Yes, correct. Those freedom fighters, they just did not give up their lives, but they also gave us a part that we also need to focus on our goals and for our freedom. We need to take numerous our work on.
Okay, hold on. It's not just you and me, but I feel with us, our dear friends are also now with lots of nation love. Now let us watch a small Independence Day wishes through the chords from Standard 5th to Standard 9th.
Celebrated the growing of free India and uphold the pride and honor of the India.
Celebrate the freedom and rejoice in the spirit of Independence India. May this Independence Day fulfill your life with happiness and prosperity.
Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
It's time to pay respect to our nation. Let's think about prosperity and betterment of this nation.
I love my country, I love my India. Pay respect to your country, pay respect to your India.
About our past and resolve to build a better future for our country.
I will always be a true and loyal citizen of this country. I will love my country and make it a better place to live in.
I am proud and feel honored to be a free Indian of this peaceful and free nation.
Thousands laid down their life so that our country is breathing this day. Never forget their sacrifice.
Wow, it was a wonderful performance done by our students. Our freedom fighters, our soldiers, are heroes of the nation. They are the reason we are still alive and feel safe in our homes. We will never forget this sacrifice. To everyone out there, happy Independence Day.
May the spirit of our fighters, soldiers, heroes, and everyone who sacrificed their life for freedom and for our safety raise the flag today. Happy Independence Day.
Now I would like to propose the word of thanks to each and everyone present over here. Thanks to all the students who took part in the activity to make this event memorable for this academic year. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks so much, Principal ma'am, for their support in each event. Thanks to teaching staff members of the secondary section for their collaboration for this event. Thanks to all students who maintained the discipline during the event, actively came to attend this event. Once again, thanks to one and all.